Hello, very good evening to every one of you. And dear students, we are back with the explanations of remaining part of chapter 12, which we are doing, class 11 chemistry. Okay, and this is your channel, Academy Master. Okay, so in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about electron displacement in covalent bonds. So there are different types of electron displacement which will take place in a covalent bond. So we are going to discuss those electron displacements today. So to start with, we are the first electron covalent bond which we are going to discuss today is inductive effect. And yes, dear students, don't forget to subscribe my channel Academy Master if you are new to the channel, so that you can get the notifications when I upload a new videos, lectures, and definitely we will do it together. Definitely all the entire chapters of chemistry will try to cover it. Okay, entire syllabus of class 11 as well as 12 as well as class 10 mathematics we are doing here. Okay, so dear students, let's start. The first topic of electron displacement in covalent bond is what? The first topic, it is called as inductive effect. What is inductive effect? Let us try to understand. So inductive effect is what? It is the process of displacement of sigma electrons. Okay, it is the process of displacement of sigma electrons along the saturated carbon chain. Saturated carbon chain, dear students, sigma electrons, these things I hope you have you already know this. I am assuming that you guys already know it. If you don't know, then go to my channel Academy Master and watch the previous 5-6 lectures. There already I have explained what is sigma and what is saturated carbon and all those things. Okay, so the process of displacement of sigma electron along the saturated carbon chain due to the presence of polar covalent bond at one end of the chain is called as inductive effect. In simple language, I will tell you, dear student, if there is a carbon chain, for example, here it is just let's try to understand CH2, 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 and finally here it is Cl. Okay, so here these things, see the bond between carbon and carbon, here the bond between carbon and carbon, here also bond between carbon and carbon. So these things are what it is called as non-polars, because the carbon and carbon, when they are when the bond is broken between them, the electrons which will be released, it will be in the center, because the electronegativity of both the carbon is same. This electronegativity and this electronegativity is same, so they are not called as polar. But this bond, the last bond, okay, here you see the electronegative elements is present, chlorine, which is more electronegative than carbon. The chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. As a result, what will happen when the bond will be broken? Dear student, listen it very carefully, it's very easy. Okay, when the bond is broken, what will happen? If one bond is broken, 2 electrons are released. So that 2 electrons, you will see that both the electrons will be shifted towards whom? Towards chlorine. Why? Because chlorine is more electronegative than carbon. As a result, these bonds it will call as what? Polar bonds. So polar covalent bond at one end. But one thing you always remember, this polar covalent bond should always be formed at the one end, either on the left hand or right hand. In the middle, it won't work. Okay, it should always be present in the left or right end. It should be present in the end. So because of the presence of this polar bond, covalent bond, what will happen? Because of the presence of these electronegative elements, what will happen? See here, dear students, when the bonds will be broken, okay, due to the presence of this polar covalent bond, this polar covalent bond, it is electronegative, highly electronegative. So what it will do, it will try to pull away the electrons from this carbon. Okay, it will apply a attractive force towards the carbon of towards the electron of this carbon. That means you can understand that electronegative elements are those greedy elements who wants to take away the electrons from others. Okay, so this chlorine, it will try to take away the electrons from these carbons. Okay, so it will apply a force. Okay, so when it will apply a force, the force on this carbon will be very, very high, because it is very close to chlorine. So it will try to take away the electrons. It will tell to the carbon, give me the electrons. This chlorine will tell to this carbon, you give me the electrons. The carbon don't want to give, but it is compelled, because the chlorine is very much highly electronegative, then that means very much powerful than carbon. As a result, carbon will be compelled. Okay, so here you will see that the force of pulling due to chlorine will be high. As a result, chlorine will get here partially negative charge. Okay, because it is gaining the electrons, so it will gain positive charge. Here electrons will be displaced towards chlorine, so chlorine will get partially, this is called partially negative charge. Completely it is not, but somewhat coming closer to it, so it will get partially negative charge. This carbon, it is losing the electrons, so it will get what? Partially positive charge. Okay, now this carbon is getting partially positive charge, but the effect will not be limited to this. Now because of this, now this carbon also it is getting positive charge. Now electron is present with this carbon, so now the electrons will be attracted. As you know, negative charge always attracts the positive charge, so this positive charge here, electrons will be available with this carbon, it will be automatically pulled towards this carbon. So this one also it will be affected, but the effect may not be as much as which was there in the first, so it will reduce to 2. Now this one also it will get partially positive charge, so this one also positive. Say here also electron is there, so this electron also will be tempted to go towards the positive, so here also effect will be little bit less, pulling effect will be little less, and at the last it will be coming equivalent to 0 or negligible. So this effect, this process of displacement of sigma electrons after when the bond is broken, this bond is what? This bond is called as sigma bond. So when the bond is broken, the electron which will be displaced is called sigma electrons. So the process of displacement of sigma electron along the saturated carbon chain, these are all saturated carbon chain, means it's all single bond, right? So it is called saturated carbon chain. Why this displacement is taking place? Due to the presence of a polar covalent bond. So this is called polar covalent bond. Due to the presence of polar covalent bond, this displacement of electron is taking place. And why it is called polar? Because of the presence of these halogens, or we can call highly electronegative elements, to one end of the chain is called as inductive effect. So this effect we call it as what? Inductive effect. So inductive effect, there are some particular features of it is there. We are going to discuss thoroughly, dear students. Be with us, you will learn a lot. Okay, so what is this this inductive effect? I think you have understood. Inductive effect is nothing but it's a displacement of sigma electrons in a saturated carbon chain in the presence of polar covalent bond at the end of the chain. Okay, it is not that fixed that it will be left or right, it can be any side. Okay, now it is denoted as I effect. We call inductive effect as I effect. Understand these points very well, dear students, because these things you are going to study a lot in class 12 organic chemistry, so your basics should be very strong from now itself. So it is denoted as it is denoted as I effect. Okay, this one in short we write as I effect. Okay, so in class 12 when your teacher says due to the I effect, so you should not wonder what is I effect, you should remember this, what is I effect. Okay, so it is denoted as I effect. Next, point number 2, it is a permanent effect. Permanent effect means once the electron has been shifted, it can't come back. That is the thing. Once the effect has been created, it can't be the electrons can't be gained by this carbon anymore, or this carbon can't get the electrons from another carbon anymore. Once it is shifted. Okay, that is the meaning of its permanent effect. Its effect decreases as we move away from the atom involved in initial polar covalent. This is called the atom involved in initial polar covalent. As we move away from it, the effect of pulling the electrons of other carbon will go on decreasing. A time will come, it will become 0. Okay, the effect will be negligible. It will not be 0, but it will be negligible. So but here the effect will be maximum. As you can see, 3 arrows, that means the attraction is very strong here. But as we are going away from this polar covalent bond, the effect is getting reduced, 3, 2, 1, like that. Here also you can see I have drawn here 4, 3, 2, 1, and at last it may become negligible. Okay, so this point you should remember. Its effect goes on decreasing and becomes equivalent to 0. That one already I have discussed with you. Now, how many types of inductive effects are there? There are 2 types of inductive effects. Number 1, plus I effect, and number 2, minus I effect. Okay, now what is plus I effect, what is minus I effect, we are going to discuss. Very interesting it is. Okay, be with us. So, and watch the video properly. Okay, steadily you watch, try to understand each and every points properly. Okay, don't simply go on forwarding it. Okay, got it? So you can take it down now, and then we will discuss on plus I effect and minus I effect. Okay, dear friends, come on. Okay, so we are going to discuss now plus I effect and minus I effect. Before discussing that, one very important topic is a point is there in between, which you have to remember it, or without that again it will be very difficult for you to understand what is plus I effect and minus I effect. Again, dear students, I am telling you that whatever things I am explaining it, try to understand properly. These are very best, very interesting, very important for your board examination as well as for your concept building in organic chemistry. Or else if you don't have proper concepts on these topics, it will be very difficult for you in class 12. Okay, so what is electron withdrawing substituent or electron withdrawing group? We can call it as electron withdrawing group also, we can call it as, no problem, or we call it as substituent also. So what is electron withdrawing group? By the name itself it is very clear that electron withdrawing groups are those who are withdrawing the electron from others in simple way. So the substituent having electron attracting power more than hydrogens are called electron withdrawing group. So this is the definitions. Those substituent means those functional groups, or yeah, those functional groups which has the capability to attract the electrons more, which has the attracting power more than hydrogens. Those functional group which has the attracting power more than hydrogens are called as what? Electron withdrawing group, or we call it as substituent. It's same. Okay, next, another thing you can see in simple language, you understand, electron withdrawing group, these are nothing but just like a beggars. Okay, they are electron deficient compounds. These are electron deficient group. Okay, they are always in need of electron, they are always in search of getting electrons from others. Okay or not? So they are electron deficient group. Okay, they are very poor. They are also called as electron lovers. Okay, electron withdrawing groups are also called as electron lover, or we call it as electron deficient. Electron deficient means they are in search of electron, they are in shortage of electrons. Okay, or we call it as electron lovers. They always like to take the electrons from others, so they are called as what? Electron withdrawing group. Okay, so some examples of electron withdrawing groups are nitro group, NO2, that is already already I have explained in the previous videos what is NO2, CN2. So NO2 nitro group, CN cyano group, COOH carboxy group, and COR esters, and many more are there. These are some examples of electron withdrawing group. So wherever they are present in the compounds, always remember they are going to take the electrons from others. Okay, got it? So they are all called as what? Electron withdrawing group. Okay, coming to the next, electron donating substituent, or you can call it as electron donating group. Okay, so by the name itself it's very clear, they are very generous, very rich, they want to give, donate. So electron donating substituent or electrons donating groups. So the substituent having the electron attracting power less than hydrogens are called as electron donating substituent or group. So they don't have the powers to attract the electron, rather they have the capability, the potentials, the courage, the guts to give the electrons to others. They don't want any electron from others, instead they want to give the electrons to others. Okay or not? So they are called electron donating group. Other way also you can understand, they are electron haters. Okay, or the electron givers. They are electron haters, or you can say electron givers. Okay or not? They are the electron donors group. They donate the electron. They are electron lover. They attract the electrons, and they are also called as electron rich group. Okay, they have lots of electrons with them, so they are always giving to others. Okay or not? So They are electron donating group, means they are the one who has electron attracting capacity less than the hydrogens, and they are having lots and lots of electrons to give to others. The best example, the simplest example for electron donating group is alkyl group CH3. This is also called as our electron donating group. Okay, got it? Understood there, students? Wherever it will be needed, they can donate which electrons, they can donate around 3 electrons from here, because 3 hydrogen is present, so hydrogens can easily give with electrons to others. Okay, another example is ethyl C2H5. So this is also considered as electron donating group. Okay, so they are all electron rich compounds, they are electrons deficient compounds. Okay, so I hope electron withdrawing and electron donating groups are clear. This one is to be asked in your board examination, so dear students, try to understand properly. Okay, next, plus I effect. So what is plus I effect? It is the substituent attached if the substituent, that means if the functional group, or you can say that, yeah, the group, if the group or the functional group attached to the carbon chain is electron donating group, then the effect is called as I effect, plus I effect. As I have already told you, what is inductive effect? Like this carbon, 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 it will be there, and some at the end there must be some substituent which is which should be more electronegative than this one. That substituent should be there. So if the substituent attached here, suppose it is CH3, here CH2, 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 CH3, here the substituent attached is what? CH3. So that means CH3 is what? It comes under what? Electron donating group. So this effect we will call it as what? Plus I effect. In plus I effect, what will happen? In minus I effect, the electron is taken away from this carbon and it is moved towards this substituent. But in electropositive effect or plus I effect, you will see that this CH3, it will be giving electrons to the carbon, and this one also it will give 2 electrons. Here it will give 1 electrons. Got it or not? So this effect is called as what? Plus I effect. And if, dear students, if the number of alkyl group is more, the plus I effect will be more. If here it is only 1, so it will be less. If here it is happens to be like this, CH3 3 times, then the effect will be more. 2 times little less, 4 times more. Okay or not? So if the number of alkyl group is more, the effect of plus I effect will be more. If the number of alkyl group is less, the effect of plus I, it will be less. I hope you understood. Okay, got it, dear students? So take it down. Next we are going to do minus I effect. Okay, okay, dear students, so we are back with the minus I effect. Okay, plus I effect we have already discussed few minutes before. Now we are going to do minus I effect. So if the substituent attached to the end of the carbon chain is electro-withdrawing, so if the substituent which is attached to the end of the carbon chain is what? Electron withdrawing, then this effect we will call it as what? This effect we will call it as minus I effect. And if the substituent attached to the end of the carbon chain is electron donating, then the effect we call it as what? Plus I effect. I hope it is very simple, you have understood it. Okay, got it or not? So this point is clear. Okay, so suppose if instead of Cl, if here it is NO, and suppose one example I will tell you, or just I want to share with you one example. Suppose here it is C, and here it is given NO2, and another one is given C, here it is given Cl. Now if you are asked, both are electron minus I effect, this one also minus I effect, right? Because this is also electron withdrawing group, this is also electron withdrawing group, so both is having electron minus I effect. But if you are asked to arrange them in the order of in the decreasing order of their minus I effect, then you should know the sequence, priority, which one is more electronegative, okay, or which one is which one is having more minus I effect. So always remember, for that I have given you the sequence, the decreasing order of minus I effect, means which one is having more minus I effect, which one is having less minus I effect. Both are minus I effect, but which one is less, which one is more, you should know. For knowing that, you should remember this order. Dear students, this kind of orders and sequences and all is very, very important, not only for your board examination but for your competitive examination as well. I have many JEE NEET students studying with me who, some of them, they have not studied properly in class 11. Now they are preparing for NEET and JEE. So at that point of time, these things, when I ask them these orders, they don't know, because they have not studied properly in class 11. So that is why, dear students, I request all of you that whatever things I am teaching to you, whatever things I am trying to make you learn, try to learn it, because this is very, very important. Okay, the efforts which I am making, at least respect that efforts and try to learn something. When you will learn something, that is the biggest benefit I am getting, right? I'll be getting biggest benefit when you score some good marks. Okay, fine. So decreasing order of minus I effect with respect to hydrogens. So here we have written here what the first and the highest minus I effect is with what? Nitrogen, then comes cyano, then comes ester, then comes carboxylic acid, then comes the halogen, fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and alcohol OH. So this is the decreasing order of minus I effects with respect to hydrogen. So this one will have the least minus I effect, and this one is having the highest minus I effect. Okay, dear students, so try to learn it properly, dear students. Okay, I will not be rushing very fast, I am going very slow. Okay, very steady, I am going one topic I will be doing in each video, so that you can learn it properly, thoroughly. Watch the video 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, so that you can understand it properly, what the concepts I am trying to teach you. So in today's video's lecture, dear students, we have discussed about inductive effect, types of inductive effect, plus what is electron withdrawing group, what is electron donating groups, how does it increases, how does it decreases, what is the sequence. All these points we have discussed in today's video's lecture, dear students. So properly try to learn it. Okay, the only thing is that I can make a video for you, and your part is to watch the video, try to understand. If you are not understanding, ask your questions, doubts to me. Okay, same thing those students of my ex class 12 students, those who have passed this year from CBSC as well as MBSC, getting 98, 100 marks in physics and chemistry, their students, they are also students, they are also from Nagaland only. So they also has 2 eyes, 2 nose, 2 eyes and 2 ear, 1 nose they have. Okay, sorry for it. And they are also having same brain. Okay, they are also eating same food. The only thing is that they are working hard. As a result, they are able to produce a good result. We are feeling lazy. We feel that it's too early to start. So that makes us, that pulls us down. Okay, if you really want to score something like that, she got overall in Nagaland 98%. She is the Nagaland state topper in this CBSC. Okay, her name also, her faces also, you might have seen in the newspaper. Her name is Ansa. Okay, she was my student. So that is why I'm telling to all of you, dear students, everything is possible. Your sir is trying to do everything best possible ways to teach you what to do. Because of the lockdown, we have to manage it like this, but I want you to give your full energy, give your full cooperation, try to learn it, and let's make learning easy and fun. Okay, so with this I'll be winding up today's lecture. But yes, don't forget to share the videos, like the video, and subscribe the channel if you are new to the channel. Okay, Academy Master. With this words I wind up my video. Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead.